It happens every year. You arrange to meet a friend at 11 and they're late. You check your watch and you realise what day it is. The clocks have changed and you're sat there an hour early looking rather daft. But why does this happen? Why do we change the clocks back and forth twice a year? And is it time we scrapped it all? I went to the Greenwich Royal Observatory and met up with curator Louise Devoy to discuss why the clocks change.
So changing the clocks is all about trying to make the most of the available daylight hours. There were various ideas proposed in the late 19th century, but certainly here in the UK the story doesn't start until about 1907, when a businessman from Kent called William Willett published a pamphlet called The Waste of Daylight, and he really advocated changing the clocks to make people healthier and more productive. Now, the idea didn't really take off at the time, but a couple of years later, at the height of the First World War, Germany decided to change its clocks, mainly to try and divert coal from domestic users to munitions factories and so on. And so, not to be outdone, the British copied them, and a month later, on the 21st of May 1916, we started to do the same.
But it might surprise you to learn that at 2 a.m. on Halloween, the observatory will not be going into panic.
Well, ironically, here at the Royal Observatory, changing the clocks isn't actually much of a bigger event for us. We tend to keep all of our historic timekeepers to GMT, Greenwich Mean Time, all year round. We do have a few exceptions, notably our dolphin sundial. So this sundial actually has special rims that are designed for BST, British Summertime, and Greenwich Mean Time. So when the clocks change, we have to partially change some of the sundial to reflect those changes as well.
There are some who want GMT gone forever, saying that British summertime is safer as it gives us brighter evenings.
You get a kind of casualty rate peak, and that's between 8 and 10 a.m. and 3 and 7 p.m. And the afternoon peak is higher than the morning. And what we see is that these rates increase as the darker evenings come in and the weather conditions get worse. So basically every autumn when the clocks go back and the sun sets earlier in the day, we see a rise in the number of casualties. So for example, last year we saw a 30% increase in the number of pedestrians killed on our roads, with 30 fatalities in October before the clocks go back, and that rose up to 39 in November. It curfews our activities, and this is like a particular issue for perhaps older people who might feel that they can't get out and about at the night, and it can exacerbate issues of people's well-being, leading to kind of depression and loneliness.
Despite the growing calls for change, the clocks will still go back as usual this year. So, as the ghouls come out to play on Halloween, remember to switch your clocks back.